Submerged is, on first appearance, a fairly standard third-person exploration game set in a waterlogged dystopian future. Originally built for console and PC, it's now found its way over to iOS. You take control of a young girl who's floating around on a boat in the middle of a global warming nightmare, trying to keep your younger brother alive who is suffering from a deep wound. You end up taking refuge in an old clock tower, sheltering your dying brother within its walls, before venturing out into the city on your little motorboat to try and find supply crates. These crates hold things like lighters, water, and first aid. Now, I'll be honest, this kind of game is the sort of thing I like. Experiential journey-style adventures with no real combat, but a lot of puzzles and heart. The problems we have with Submerged are the missions themselves and the controls. Firstly, once you've done all the trips to collect your various bits and pieces from supply crates, there's really nothing else to do, and it's not especially exciting to do them in the first place. But most importantly and cripplingly of all for the game, the controls are skin-clawingly frustrating. Not only is its look sensitivity kind of inconsistent, the use of finger swiping to climb as well as control the camera is very temperamental. You'll swipe the screen upwards to see what's above you and end up immediately jumping onto a higher ledge. Likewise, you'll try and climb down and only swing the camera towards your feet. When you bring something that's meant for console or PC onto mobile, the port's always going to be a little finicky. The developers do deserve some credit for trying to avoid dual virtual sticks or touchscreen floating controls and replace them entirely with gestures. Problem is, the tap to walk, tap to stop, awkward swiping of the whole thing just never really comes together. On top of the control issues, the story kind of falls flat. There's no real antagonists, there's no real sense of danger. The mer people who pop up around the place were kind of chilled out and left us to our own devices until the big climax. Walking sim style adventure games can be fantastic, but even in Journey there was some sense of threat or momentum. One saving grace might have been the visuals, but even these have taken a hit on iOS, with textures popping in the distance and a general lack of clarity. Honestly, we're delighted to see developers putting out games that aren't just about shooting everything and want to create a mood and tell a story. Unfortunately, Submerged's weak story and poor controls make this one sink instead of swim.